So here it is. You'll never guess what they found out. The brains of men and women operate differently.
No.
And they've shown this for the first time in a breakthrough that shows that sex does matter and how people think and behave.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
So
I never knew that.
if a woman has had enough penises run through her where you can stack them up and make a ladder to take her into low orbit, that's too many penises and your brain is broken.
A little bit. I love this. We've literally been here the entire time. So this is this is hilarious. So how did they figure this out? There's never been any definitive proof, as if we really needed definitive proof to see something that we objectively witness every waking moment of our lives.
Well, like men and women, like men use the single E and double E discount.
Yeah.
What that means is sale and free because men are logical.
Yep.
Women see, the E discount as believe and feel.
Yeah.
Those are completely different.
Amen to that. And that's basically what it boils down to here. Stanford University has shown that it is possible to tell the sexes apart based on activity in hotspot areas. They include the default mode network, an area of the brain that thought to be the neurological center for self and is important in introspection and retrieving personal memories. The limbic system is also implicated, which helps regulate emotion, memory, and deals with sexual stimulation, and striatum, which is important in habit forming and rewards. Okay, so the parts of the brain that regulate sex and emotion and self-control. Oh, man. They actually used AI to spot shit that I think that they were deliberately ignoring, to be completely honest.
Well, first of all, let's be honest about AI. It is man-made.
Yes.
It will be subject to all of the flaws men have, except it's not an evil hairless monkey. It's an evil hairless monkey consciousness.
Yes. Which is scary.
Yeah.
So the model was shown MRI scans of working brains and told whether it was looking at a man or a woman. Over time, the neural network began to pick out subtle differences between the two sexes that had been missed by humans or ignored, When the researchers tested the model on about 1,500 brain scans, the model was able to tell if the scan came from a man or a woman more than 90% of the time.
Wow. So there are subtle differences.
Yep. Well, they did this other experiment too. They put a whole bunch of people into a room together. And then they just took away their phones. They took away all stimuli. And then when it was over, they asked the men what they were thinking about. And they asked the women what they were thinking about. Men, sex and sports. Women were replaying conversations they already had.
Oh.
It's almost like we're different.
That's probably why women love drama so much, because they keep replaying it over in the back of their heads.
Oh, I should have said that.
Well, most dudes are like, yeah, that's fucked up. Want a beer?
Move on.
Yeah.
Shocker. Oh, man. And then it feeds directly into this next story here, which is hilarious. And we're going to play this video in its entirety, but this is bottom line is people are going to war in the comments of this video explaining why girls dump their boyfriends.
Here we go.
This is probably going to get Pop all nice and spun up. So I already told him, let the video play through, write down notes at the stuff that pisses you off, and then we'll go back through it step by step. So I love this. Earlier, we published a story about scientists who prove men and women's brains are different, but all they really needed to do was watch this video. And of course, it's posted by somebody who just believes all women.
She's right, and this information is valuable. A woman loses interest when she no longer finds you attractive and inside of a relationship that primarily happens after multiple ignored attempts at telling you what she needs from you.
I put needs in quotes because, as we all know, women love to confuse wants and needs.
Okay, now how long is this video?
It's about 2 minutes.
Okay, I will shut my mouth.
All right. Just if you have not yet poured a menagerie, dudes, you may need it.
If you are a boy who has ever been dumped by your girlfriend for seemingly no apparent reason and you're looking for answers, this is what happened. Okay, this is you guys. You guys are in a happy relationship, and now all of a sudden you have one simple, fixable problem. For this example, we're going to use no good morning text. And your girlfriend who loves you, she's really happy with you. She comes to you and she tells you, she's like, hey, do you think we could start doing good morning texts? Like, it'd mean a lot to me if you text me good morning. So you, her loving boyfriend, agree to give her good morning texts. But something happened, and for whatever reason, you stopped giving her good morning texts. So now we have a bigger problem. She now thinks that you don't care enough about her to send her good morning texts, even though she asked. But she's going to be like, you know what? This is still kind of a small problem. I'm just going to remind him. She reminds you. You're like, oh my gosh, that's right. I did agree to that. Okay, I will text you good morning. Unfortunately, though, you didn't follow through again. Now we have confirmed that you do not care enough to text her good morning, even though this is a simple, fixable problem. This is now a big problem. So now your girlfriend, who has never picked fights before in her life, starts picking a bunch of little fights about all these different things because she believes that you do not care enough. Through all of these picking fights with you, though, she still loves you and likes you enough to want to be with you, even though you guys have all these little problems now. Until one day, these become unattractive to her. She's going to realize that all of these little things that you do that remind her that you don't care about her enough are unattractive. And so now the problem is not these things. It's not even that you don't care enough. It's not even that she never got good morning texts. It's that she literally does not like you anymore. Does not like you. Now, unfortunately, she has to break up with you. And then you're going to ask her why. And she's going to list out all the reasons why she has to break up with you. And you are going to say, no, you should not break up with me because of those reasons, because from now on, I am going to do all of these things. And you will never have to worry about me never doing these things again because I'm going to do them every single day. But remember, it doesn't even matter if you were to do all of these things anymore, because the problem now is that she's unattracted to you and just simply does not like you anymore. And now she's going to go move on with her life, and you're going to go and tell your friends that you got dumped by absolutely no reason and that you guys all hate her and that she's crazy for dumping you over something so simple. But in reality, she never dumped you at all. This was a slow moving process that eventually led to the final reason, and you weren't dumped. You probably actively chose not to give her what she said she needed, and now you guys aren't together anymore. Sorry.
Now, I want to call attention to the shit that she writes down that she claims are bigger problems. Okay? Didn't compliment my haircut. Didn't remember my dog's birthday. 5 minutes late to dinner. And of course, left dishes in the sink. Yeah, these are big. It's not that you know, we don't care about you. It's that you can never let little shit go.
There's that.
I love being talked down to.
And what about the dude?
Exactly.
Like, literally,
Please emasculate me.
The dude in this relationship is walking on eggshells, which is not conducive to your peace.
No.
All right. She wants to pick. Now, listen how stupid this is. She picks little fights with you to get you to like her more.
No, she picks little fights with you to get you to alter your behavior.
Yeah.
To an attempt to get you to alter your sense of self to make her feel more secure. That is manipulation. And what's that word? It's 2 syllables, starts with an A, ends with an E. Abuse.
Abuse.
That is psychological abuse.
Here's another thing, dudes. Even if you jump through these hoops of fire and you don't backslide and you keep doing them, right? It doesn't really matter, because she's going to lose respect for you anyway. And then the other bubble that she didn't write about is, you're not the same man I married, or you're not the same man when we started dating, because she fucking changed him.
Yeah.
Now she's unattracted to him.
Exactly.
My advice to you, gentlemen.
That's why it doesn't work. You either do all of this stuff and she loses respect for you, or you don't do all that stuff and she gets frustrated.
Yeah, and she leaves. But you know what? If she leaves, you know what you still have? Your fucking dignity and self-respect.
Boom.
God.
Women who can let shit go don't wind up at everyone's favorite place.
Yes.
And we all know exactly where it is now, don't we? Get your drinking straws ready.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
Suck a dick! Maybe if you did that a little bit more often, he'd be more willing to send you good morning texts.
Here's the
spitter.
I'm 55, and I talked to a lot of women that I used to know in my past.
Yeah.
And some of these ladies, I got the business because of the little details that I refused to, go with. And now here we are. They are smack dab in the first 1/3 of box wine and catland, and they're desperately trying to, recycle relationships or friendships from the past.
Yep.
And listen, when a man gets to a certain age and he gets used to being in a peaceful situation with tranquility, and you want to pull him out of there for some walled out, stalled out stuff that had been served up to every dude that came through the counter at 31 flavors with every goddamn topping on it. And he says, I'm good. I don't need that. It's full of preservatives and all kinds of nasty stuff. I'm leaving. See ya. I'll make my own ice cream at home.
Don't get me started on making food at home with what we're about to get into. Because one of the things that I did not get into with the upcoming, I don't even know what you want to call it, buffet, is breast milk ice cream.
Oh!
So that's another thing that the ladies are making now. But before we even get into that, you know how you are very fond of the term flowchart of insanity?
Yeah.
Feast your eyes. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the flowchart of insanity, where she admits that it's a simple, fixable problem. But then, of course, or should I say, but of course, it's entirely on him to fix it. It's not up to her to let it go because it's a simple, fixable problem. It's entirely on the guy. And even though she admits it's a small issue, they blow it up in their heads and then use that to pick more fights that are also bullshit. And how is this not psychological abuse?
You're absolutely correct. And
Come
here's
on.
another thing, gentlemen. Why relationships fail. The woman has to need you, not want you. But the way our whole civilization is set up, they don't need you anymore. They got daddy government giving them all the shit that they...
Yeah. She has to need you, and you have to not need her. It's weird, but that's exactly how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
That's the only way it can work. Because if she sees you as... If she sees herself as your only option, well, I can probably do better then.
Yes.
And then, they go water other people's grass with their squirty juices.
The cootie juice.
Cootie juices on my dishes. Oh, man. The people in the comments here, they weren't having it either. This is...
Well, what about
hilarious.
the level of emotional maturity there? It's like, you're literally saying, I'm not going to directly address an issue. Yep. I'm going to be passive aggressive. I'm going to deflect from an issue, and then I'm going to point at you as the problem. It's gaslighting at its finest.
Exactly. Yeah, I love this. This chick, Andrea Gomez, this is a master class in how to be a single woman with cats. Other women calling this chick out. This is her explaining why women are very difficult to have relationships with, even professional relationships. And then this chick says, it's not! Like, she draws a chart about her collection of secret reasons she's turned off, all of which stem from her suspicion that a guy is dropping the ball on good morning texts twice, meaning he doesn't value her. This isn't how guys operate, which makes it much easier to work with guys.
Correct. Like, if a dude values you, you will know it. Because he will literally move heaven and earth for you.
He will make time.
Yes.
If a man makes time, he gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some women in the past that I dated for short amounts of time that literally got upset because I didn't open the door for them. And literally, like shortly thereafter, I just quit calling them.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Look, I'm not that guy. You want to have a substitute? I'm not that guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's a metaphor in the new pop culture, which has already been released for supporters, just so everybody knows. If you guys are wondering why you haven't seen it yet, you'll have to wait until Monday, or you can become a supporter on Locals, Subscribe Star, Odyssey, etc. Speaking of which, I still have to post it to Odyssey. Sorry, blankets. But we were talking about how dating now in the modern age is like having a really shitty boss who not only expects you to do your job to the absolute best of your ability, they expect you to do some of their job. And then even if you meet the goals, you meet the standards, and everything is textbook, they can still fire you because they're not happy with your performance.
The ultimate excuse.
Yep.
Just like, I'm not happy with your performance.
Exactly.
I'm not happy with how you look. I'm not happy with how much money you make. And the list goes on and on. And somebody just gave me the title for another pop culture called Simp Fixable.
Outstanding.
I'm
I
going to
like
start
that
working on it. Simp Fixable. And it's going to be basically a bunch of behaviors that women want men to do to make, to attempt to make them happy.
Yes.
So if you guys have any ideas, email me to redonkulous12@gmail.com.
That's a great idea. I think we know what you're doing for your supporters stream this Sunday.
Yes, we're gonna be going. If you're a supporter, we're gonna be going through this subject and get as many ideas from the supporters as we can.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, new pop culture: 16 lies dick thinkers believe,
and they're all true.
Oh man,
God, and I made half the mistakes myself.
I think it's one of the best we've ever done. It came together beautifully.
Is it the chef's kiss?
Just like this video here. I mean, when you look at the entitlement of the woman who made that video,
yes,
you have to wonder, like, as a dude, what are you really missing out on if you're not dating these 304s? Well, thanks to Sean St. George, we have a great picture of what sweet revenge looks and tastes like.
Oh, here we go.
Josh, answer your phone.
No.
Babe, I'm serious. I need your help.
Hi, Sirius. I'm Josh.
I'm not kidding. Can you please help me?
Sure. What happened?
So the girls and I made it to the hotel for our girls' trip, and we're at the receptionist right now. And they said your name isn't in their system. Did you use your name or someone else's? Can you reply, please?
Fine. It should be under Jasmine's name.
Weird for you to do that, but okay. Still nothing.
Can you try under your name?
She still can't find anything.
Oh, I forgot. I canceled the hotel reservation.
What? Why would you do that? I called off a week of work for this.
That's tough.
Why would you ruin my girls' trip like this? What is wrong with you?
Why don't you tell me who you're really with?
What do you mean?
You're not on a girls' trip. You're with someone else, and you're going to tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jamal Smith, ring a bell? You really tried to use my money to fund your trip with the guy you're cheating on me with?
I'm sorry, Josh. It was a mistake. Can I come home and make it up to you? I'll leave him right now. I just need a place to stay till my flight.
About that. I canceled your flight.
What? I'm stuck here? Josh, this is so messed up. How could you?
It was easy. I just called them to cancel it.
Please forgive me and help me get back home to you. My amazing sweet boyfriend. I love you and I can't live my life without you. You're the love of my life. Can you forgive me and we can talk about this when I come back?
Nah, do my own thing. Blocked. Toodles!
Yeah!
Wow. That was pretty good.
Out fucking standing. She not only is cheating on him, she expects him to fund her cheating on him.
And then she goes right back to the gaslighting.
Yep.
And the love bombing, trying to get him to, pony up some cash.
Fan I am
usually had
says
to get married
Sorry,
to do that.
Yeah,
You
usually.
get married to blackmail a guy like that to get money to fund that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. Fan I am says that the new pop culture is a blank page for him. Has this happened to anybody else? Well, obviously it worked for me because I posted it and I made sure that it worked. The video was embedded on all of the sites, so it sounds like you may have a potential issue with your computer. Maybe dump your cache, dump your cookies, see what happens.
Yeah, reinstall Windows. Redo your video drivers.
Throw your computer out the fucking window.
Get another computer.
Yeah. Sean St. George says, gents never change for a woman.
That's right.
If she actually likes you, she won't ask you to change. There you go.
Here's a few things. All right. Now, if you are a raging asshole all the time and you're used to being a raging asshole, you get with a woman and she wants you to turn raging asshole from 10 down to 6. It's not really out of the realm of impossibility.
True story.
But if she wants you to go from being raging asshole at a 10 level to a 0 level, that's a big fuck off.
You're not the same man I fell in love with.
Listen, man, every man has an asshole dial.
That's true.
That's another title. Asshole dial.
Yeah, mine's a switch. I don't have a dial. I'm just, and men are the same way as parents. We have two modes. We have watching TV and we have silverback ape. There's really nothing in the middle. Women have like 14 different levels of anger. I think Tom Wilson said this is like the disappointed, frustrated, displeased, perturbed, upset, mad, enraged, livid. Come on.
Men are just like,
pick a
what
mode.
the fuck? Ah!
Pick a mode. And like you have relaxed knife hand, and that's pretty much it.
When I used to compete, I had stop and destroy.
That too.
That was it. 2 speeds.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.